Yes.
Someone's got an air horn like yours?
Let's go. Good morning.
Flying, my friend. Morning. What's that? You better start flying. Use your
Do it. Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna go with
I'll
you.
call Jean.
And
Yeah, let's
where's
all
your?
get up here.
Let's get up there. Okay.
Good luck, Godspeed, have fun.
This is a beautiful part of the ride.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I will keep my camera rolling then.
Coastal views the entire ride.
Okay. Well, so that reminds me to turn the camera on.
There you go.
Okay, it is on. It is on. Yeah.
You guys are special to me. Special to me. Seriously. Mary's ready for me. There was I was blind, but now I see. Karen, Mr. Smith.
Good morning.
That was very generous of you last night. Thank you very much.
Well, this whole experience is a generous experience, though.
I'll tell you what. I almost am jealous sometimes of people that do it for the first time because you go from your level that you're at to like this level of community and caring.
Yeah. It's 180 degrees from what I'm used to, so I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, it was pretty incredible. Still is.
Yeah. We're living incredible lives right now.
Rodeo has to reach its zenith.
Yeah.
Call us out.
Ready for another great day?
Yes, absolutely.
Good.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great day.
It's gonna be a great day.
Yeah.
Are you rolling? Are you rolling?
I think so. I think so.
Corey.
Sounds good.
Have fun at Tower
Buckle your lid, Drew. Buckle your lid. Good job.
Having too much fun. We gotta buckle. Buckle up.
Woot woot.
Make positive choices. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, okay? I know that leaves a lot up to interpretation.
All right, rocking and rolling. Final day of the $1 Million Challenge that's exceeded expectations thus far and will continue to do so. Right here behind Drew. We turning right or going straight? Okay.
Your knees squeaking.
Nope.
That's me.
Roll.
Roll it.
I'm more of a
Oh, look at those.
Thank you.
Yeah, baby. This is the Peloton. Yeah, baby.
All right, let's roll it, boys. We got to get the Bloody Marys.
Tom?
Aaron, that picture I sent you, I'm telling you, it's my favorite picture of the week.
Thank you. I look forward to getting the email and looking at it in full resolution.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good morning.
How do you feel overall? This is not a straining ride for you, right?
No, I felt better. It was, the first day was straining because I got my electrolyte mix wrong, and so I ran out of electrolytes on those hills and started cramping.
Yeah.
But yesterday was perfect. You know, I was pleased with my ability to recover from the day before.
Yep.
And today's the same. You know, I'm fine. So
good.
Feeling good.
Yeah, you said training. How you train makes a difference on the event.
Oh yeah, I train in a lot of hills on gravel roads, so this smoothness is great. But yeah, the electrolyte mix I'm used to training with, it's perfect. And didn't have that, so it just.
Why didn't you have it?
Well, I didn't want to put it on the plane because I make it in little baggies, and I was afraid that air traffic security would think it's bags of cocaine.
Right.
And so that's why I left it. And I was going to make it here because Cause said there would be plenty of Gatorade, but there was no powdered Gatorade, and I couldn't find the salt, you know, right when I needed it, I guess.
Right.
But then I realized, well, I'll just get it off the table in the restaurant, you know, and so I used that to make my. I got this concentration of salt. I try to get it like the same as a concentration in our blood, which is the same as a concentration in the ocean. Okay. And so the way I see it, if I've got salt depleting, condensating on my shirt and it tastes like salt, I probably just need to replace that. So that's what I've come up with. And I've also mixed potassium salt in with it, not just sodium salt. So it's got potassium chloride, both electrolytes we need, like sodium. So it just, I've done so many really long rides that I've figured out that makes the difference for me.
It's amazing.
Yeah, in addition to just eating, you know, you got to eat, but that, for some reason, that's not enough for me to keep the electrolytes from.
Yeah, I learned later this year, I've been doing this for a while, that I need to, maybe my body's changed.
Yeah.
I need to eat more of a breakfast than I normally did.
Okay.
Because I get, like, getting behind on your liquids. I get behind food-wise, so I'm hungry by the first second, hungry by the second.
Yeah.
And you know, you just can't catch up. You can't overfill.
Yeah. And I have that problem too. I carry in my fuel bags, I will carry Cliff Bars, which I don't even like the taste of. No. But I'll start craving food and then I'll eat one, and then. But that's like if I'm doing rides that are 60 miles plus, I'll just add about over 60 miles. I'll start eating one every time I get hungry.
Right.
And
then just stay on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I trained this year, or you know, the beginning of the year, to do a 200-mile long race.
Really?
In the Flint Hills of Kansas with 10,000 feet of climbing. Wow. And so I had to train like that, and that's how I figured out how to. Well, I don't know. I've trained for a few of them that are long like that, but that one I wasn't able to finish because it rained and got everything so muddy, and then the mud got caked in my tires, and I just couldn't move.
Right.
For so long that I got running. I cleaned it out, but I had to walk 2 miles through mud and ended up just running behind too much, so didn't make the 160-mile cutoff time. Got pulled off at mile 154.
What's the time for that?
You gotta have an average 10 mile an hour. That's the cutoff time, so I had to maintain 10 mile an hour or more speed, which is about what I was doing. Yes. But it starts at 6 a.m. and goes into the night.
Yeah, I think the best thing about those events, not like every time, you learn something about it. You know,
Oh yeah.
You know, your body at 160, your body at 140.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I'll get new riders, and they'll get really upset because 60 miles on a training route was long. And I said, what you learned is, you know, your training error showed up at this level.
Exactly.
Whether it was lack of electrolyte, water, something.
Yeah, don't give up. You just got to start experimenting with nutrition.
You know, what did you learn from that bonk? You know, and it's hard because, you know, especially the men, they get so disappointed. I can't believe it's happened.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's like after you finish your race.
Yeah.
A lot of friends did triathlons after I started. And we talk afterwards. I'm not a coach.
Yeah.
What did you learn from this race? My transition to 200. Just pull one thing out of each race. You know?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's why the training, some of my training rides have been over 100 miles, but really learning the electrolytes, it wasn't from training for the Dirty Kansas or Unbound 200. It was really the Hotter Than Hell 100 in Wichita Falls.
Right. Well, yeah, but you think about it.
Yeah.
That's where that kind of information
Yeah.
comes from.
Yeah, I've learned from myself that I drink 3 times as much water when it's 100 degrees versus 60 degrees. That's a huge amount of difference. 3 times as much. Liquids, you know, with electrolytes and everything.
Yeah, you have to.
Temperature plays a
But
huge-
you know, but if you have the drive to do it, you also have the drive to learn, because you can't just, you can gut it out. You know, I used to have my neighbors would ride with me. They're younger than me and stronger.
Yeah, you can gut it out, but if you want to go to that next level, you got to figure out how to.
They would not eat properly at like mile 45 or something like that.
Yeah.
By mile 60, I'm crushing them.
Yeah.
You guys just have to figure it out.
Yeah.
And I don't want to tell you because it's the only. No, so let's go out for like 40, and let's go out for 60. Because that way I know you'll follow.
Yeah.
That little girl speaking.
Oh yeah, and the boy too.
Yeah.
The football, they were just so articulate.
Right. The little girl, she said that's her. Depending on how she was, the second or fourth time she's ever spoken to her.
Yeah, and that was so touching because I was bullied as a kid and I didn't have a disability.
Right.
And I can only imagine, you know, just everybody immediately, you know, the little kids just got her. It was a tearjerker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because she would be bullied and judged by people just who don't know her at all, you know.
Right.
Just knee-jerk reaction.
Kids are just
Yeah, that's just.
strangely cruel.
Yeah, they are, and that's why I feel blessed to have lost mine as an adult. Part of me wishes it happened. If it's going to happen, maybe it happened earlier so I could learn to accommodate it. But there's an opportunity loss, and for you to start out in life with that opportunity loss, it's and then get bullied. Well, I'm glad she has that confidence.
Yeah.
Just glad she found the confidence. It probably isn't easy to find.
Well, also, I think what helps being around here for a while is younger people, but also people who've been, when they're in New Hampshire or something like that. There's not that many people around with limb loss, and so they come here, and the idea of, hey, can you give me my leg? It doesn't freak people out. Or I gotta dry off my socket, you know?
Yeah.
Like other places, people get, when you're around here, it's just normal.
Yeah.
And that's, adults, they say it's just a place where everything.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Every little difference is, and then what I love is the smack talk between athletes on how much they lost. I don't know if you know. So we'll be with, I'm behind Ryan Reed, a hand cyclist.
Yeah.
And she talked about her biggest competitor from South Africa. That person doesn't even physically have legs. Right? She said, so I'm carrying around these useless things that mean nothing to me.
Oh yeah.
And I got to put blood down there and bring it out. This girl doesn't even have, she's 40 pounds lighter.
So she is not able to use her legs.
No.
Yeah. That's different. You know, I'm able to use what I have.
Yeah.
Amputees, that's a different.
But then
for ball game being
but same
paralyzed.
with the different you have a knee, so all the below knee
Oh yeah.
will say or considered a scratch.
What?
They consider that a scratch.
What's a scratch?
If you have an amputation below the knee, you still have a knee.
Oh yeah. There's a big difference. People, I don't know. some above knee or below knee amputees are trying to milk it for everything it's worth and saying, well, I'm missing my leg, look what I can do, blah blah blah. And then they're like, look at me, I perform Aaron Smith. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not missing the knee joint. You're not. Yeah. So
The first time somebody was above the knee, I was calling out somebody below the knee, like it just shocked me. I'm thinking, we have never grown up. We're still little boys,
yeah.
you know, acting like little kids.
Yeah, yeah. But in Paralympics, there's classifications, and
Yeah.
they don't want to have unfair advantages. So if you have somebody with a knee versus somebody without a knee racing, there's a difference in the speed because there's just different muscles and
Yeah.
the joints
But
being
it's
there.
tough with all the different levels
Oh,
of
yeah, yeah.
paralysis. Like, you know,
Yep,
you know,
yep.
are you complete, you're not.
Yeah, yeah, it can be
People complaining
neck
about,
down
wait a
or
second,
chest down.
that guy, you know, he's in better shape than he gives credit, you know, they give credit for. So
Yeah. Yeah, there's just so many different levels. People just want to get a fair shake, I think.
right, but you can't have all those levels.
Yeah.
You know, somewhere along the line there's going to be a misclassification.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
You have above the knee, but somebody has like no knee. You know, like
Yeah.
sometimes all the way up to the hip. Well, then it's really hard to balance. It's really
yeah,
hard
exactly.
to-
Yeah, I mean, I say I'm above the knee, which I am, but technically I've got as good as you can get it for an above
Yeah.
the knee because they didn't have to go through any of my muscles above the knee. And so
Okay, so
a lot of times it's halfway through the knee
Yeah.
or halfway up the femur, and that's above knee,
Right.
obviously.
Yeah.
But they don't have a big enough residual limb to secure a cycling leg, and what I've got to do is cut the top of the socket down to cycle. And so above knee amputee who's got his leg right to the middle of the femur amputated, he can't do that because a lot of all the support has to be up on the buttocks region. And so for me, I can support a lot of my weight at the end of the residual limb,
Okay.
about
Yeah.
half of it.
Well,
But
that's
you
what,
can't do that when they cut right through the middle of the femur and all those muscles.
yeah, James Osborne had that issue after his hiking accident.
Yeah.
Such a small residual limb, he just never thought he'd be able to stand on a bike because he has such a small limb underneath.
Yeah.
He has half of a foot, so he just couldn't get the balance right.
Yeah, it's just a learning process. Slow. You have to be slow and patient.
Yep. Yeah, it took him years before I was kind of controlling. Before we finally got some people that said, hey, we can resolve that.
Oh yeah, it took me over 6 years to learn that I could ride a bike. After I lost the leg, I was told and believed that I just had to give up cycling because that wasn't a possibility.
So you were a cyclist a lot before?
Well, I liked riding my bike. I always had a paper route as a kid, and then rode to class in college, and rode all over the neighborhood. I just always enjoyed riding the bike.
You go to college?
2 universities, Texas A&M University and the University of Texas.
Okay. So that covers your whole Texas gambit there. You don't.
Yeah, 2 biggest schools in Texas.
Right. You don't get. You know, you can make fun of Aggies on your UT side.
That's true. But with social networking these days, I just gotta keep my mouth shut. You know?
Exactly.
Just keep my mouth shut.
You were with Tyler twice.
Yeah.
And I just always around UT grads. So
Yeah.
the Aggie humor was just on constant.
Yeah. One of my favorite Aggie grads is from Tyler.
Really?
Yeah. He I was a pole vault, decathlete, but I pole vaulted too, you know, and so that's part of the decathlon is pole vaulting.
Right.
There was a pole vaulter from Tyler, Texas, named John Nance. We're good friends still.
That's, I think, the best thing about social media is not only you can make friends, but you can at least keep friendships alive.
Yeah, exactly. Just keep up with what's going on in their lives.
Right. So when you see each other, you're just kind of like, oh wow, you're a real person.
And yeah, I get all kinds of people add me because they want to make friends. I got to be real careful because there's these devotees out there that are sexually attracted to disabilities.
Really?
So yeah, and I have to be really careful. But you know, some people that I don't know, I'm like, okay, I'll accept this person. This person seems legit, but
Right.
you know, we didn't make a real friendship. So a few months later, they'll delete me. And
Yeah.
like, Oh well.
Lance and I have this deal, even though it's pretty close to me, is that we're just tired of politics, right? Just don't want to get
Oh yeah, when you start getting into politics, that's when
we get you one. We said last like 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
you really can't say anything without arguing or stupid opinions.
So we had a one post forgiveness. One political post, we'll forgive you. Second one, I just can't.
Yeah, that's another, I agree, because you get somebody you don't know, and then they just everyday political posts, it's like, well, that's of no use.
Well, also, it just makes you unhappy.
Yeah.
If you're in the right, you're happy with it. All you can do is probably change anyone's opinion. You're just going to make yourself unhappy.
Yeah, I have just come to the resolution that God has not called me yet to be a leader in politics, and until he does, I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
Well, that's the old Abraham Lincoln thing, to a certain extent, is saying, listen, until there's vote, I'll stay as informed as I can.
Yeah.
But I just don't want to
go round and round.
I can't change the weather.
Yeah.
I can influence my children to a certain extent. I
Yeah.
sort of influence with my wife. It's on my behavior, not on my great political action.
Yeah. Some hand clapping.
Whoa, what are you doing, Mike? Okay.
Enthusiastic fans. Yeah.
And that's kind of the most you get. So we get out to Torrey Pines, you get a long grade. So
Okay.
these are just small and pitchy.
Yeah. Well, I looked at the elevation profile. It said 2,000 feet, so
Yeah, which
that's
is
not
but, you know,
over
depends on where it
55
is.
mile. Yeah, it does. Is it all at once, or is it a bunch of pitchy hills like this throughout the whole ride?
Right.
That would be my preference, just a bunch of them. But you know, that's the greatness about cycling, exploring new terrain and just figuring out what we can do.
What was your main, before you were injured?
Yeah,
Your main recreation?
riding horses,
Yeah.
training horses, and running, just running. But I was getting in too much into horses and not enough running. And what happens is, though, you get the horse in shape and you don't get in shape, you get fat sitting up on that horse. So
Have horses, I would say. Find a woman and she loves horses, immediately leave her. It's going to get expensive.
yeah, where I live, all the women love horses.
Right.
And maybe one of the reasons my wife married me, I had horses, you know.
There you go. Hey.
Well, she's still with me so far, knock on wood.
How long have you been married?
About 10 years, a little over 10 years. Yeah, I lost the leg right after we got married. We hadn't been married long when the accident happened.
That's tough, you know, you've been together, but
Well, we've been together a little over a year, or married a little over a year. But my first daughter was 2 months old, so I was sad that she would never know me
right.
with two real legs, because that was my identity up to that point.
Right.
So, building the new identity, being a track athlete, just it's so manual with your legs all your life. Changes your identity, and part of that identity I didn't even think about was losing riding bicycles. I just gave it up like they told me to, but I got to where I was helping the head leg builder for the U.S. Paralympic
Right,
team.
you told me that, yeah.
Yeah, I was helping him build some prosthetic legs for Hunter Woodall when I was sitting there working on one of his legs, and I said, you know, how come Sarah Reinerson can ride a bicycle and her legs missing the same level as mine?
Right.
And he's like, oh, that's because they lied to you at the hospital and you really can ride a bike. And that's old school thinking, that you will fall down and break your femur.
Right.
You wouldn't be any more likely than if you had two real legs and you
Right.
fell down.
So what made
So
how'd you end up working with him? What?
Well, so one of my college coaches at A&M, when I lost my leg, I was connected with him on Facebook.
Right.
And he was working at the Olympic Training Center.
Which one? In
Chula Vista.
Chula Vista.
Sorry. Yeah, Chula Vista. Yeah, thank you.
No, it's Chula Vista.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's south of San Diego.
Yeah, no, I've been there.
See Mexico.
I was up at the one recently in Park City.
Yeah, so Ty Savan was working at the Olympic Training Center. You know, he's a javelin thrower, but you know, they're all together, and it happened to be that his office was in the same office with Joaquin Cruz, who is one of the Paralympic coaches, and he was like, tell him about it. Joaquin Cruz calls me, he's like, hey man, you got the right mindset already as an athlete. And I was like, well, I'm too old, you know. He's like, no, different ball game.
Different, yeah.
He's like, there's people in their 50s and 60s doing this, and I want you, you know, it's real encouraging, and I want to connect you with the head leg builder for the U.S. Paralympic team.
Right.
So I was like, great. He's like, well, he lives in Houston, and we're going to arrange for him to come and meet with your prosthetists and help build you some running legs.
Right.
And I was like, all right. And so I started breaking these running legs one after another, and he tried to train my prosthetists how to build them, but the prosthetists, they didn't care that CAF was giving running blades. They wanted money for building the socket and all their work. And so it got to the point where Francois was like, hey, come to my shop, we'll build your leg, because they were messing it up, just cutting corners.
Yeah, and also the time and effort you go into all the fittings.
Yeah, and he tried, and it was a teaching hospital, so he went in and taught prosthetic students.
Right.
Took the opportunity to do that, but ultimately they just didn't want to learn to do something they couldn't make maximum profit out of. And so I got a job as a prosthetic technician.
Wait. You just got a job.
Well, I went and knocked on the door, and I actually went to the state, you know, because when you're disabled and you're not making enough money, the state will help with certain things. And so
sorry.
Yellow card, Eric.
I got the state said, if you can find a job as a prosthetic technician, then we will pay your salary for the first few months. We'll pay. So I went to the prosthetics place and I said, look, if you want free labor, I've got this arrangement with the state. They will pay my salary, and they'll pay you actually half of my salary to just let me learn to be.
Just because that was part of the key to that.
Yeah,
program?
yes. And so I went in and I learned, but I didn't get along with the guy who was teaching me. He tried to sell me anabolic steroids. He was a football player who had used anabolic steroids, and he stopped using his steroids because he felt like it would cause him to be fertile enough to impregnate his wife.
Wow.
And so, but he said he was sterile while he was on steroids. So I didn't get along with him.
Well,
He developed roid rage, but in that
I've only seen that once, and I used to work out away from it.
But I worked with him long enough to learn enough to where Francois was like, okay, you know enough, come help me build some legs for some of these kids.
So you had, number one, being around horses, you have common sense building skills, because everything has to be fixed, everything has to be.
Yeah, and that was another frustration. So once I learned how to build legs, I built like 10 of them, because I was sick of the microprocessor leg breaking. And then
that's a weird thing, that whole microprocessor. I have friends who had lost knee.
yeah, so then they put you in a wheelchair and they send a microprocessor leg off in the mail, which takes at least 2 weeks to get it fixed.
Okay.
And I wasn't cool with that. I was like, I mean, what can I do? Who can depend on me when I can't depend on artificial legs? So
you tried that and didn't like them? Or because the technology, I'm sure, is
well, I liked them fine, but they break and wear out at the most inopportune times. And plus, even with all the technology of that knee joint, they still buckle. You can't trust them to go up on a ladder or anything really that's could go wrong. Could head south. It will head south. Right. So,
and there is, my friends would say, there's nothing worse than running and your leg coming off.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you can't.
No, I don't let that happen. That's I suspend it on there and make sure it's so secure that's not going to happen. But I've seen it happen to other people. Yeah. It could happen if I didn't secure it properly. The fit was wrong. But I'm not going to let that happen.
The
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I gave my microprocessor knee away.
Yeah.
But it was amazing, but I just wanted dependability.
So you didn't think it was, is it dependability, strength? What's the biggest
Both.
thing?
Both, and just being able to get it wet. You know, if you work with paddle, you're out there in the mud and you get a little water in that thing and you've destroyed a $100,000 leg.
Is that how much they are?
Or it could just break, just snap, you know. And, I think they were like, mine was like $55,000 just for the knee, and that didn't include the socket.
Right.
But with this was like $200 or $300.
Yeah.
I built that in my, this is a knee, a gate hinge knee off of Amazon. I bought a pair of gate hinges.
Yeah.
Got the welder out. Knew enough from helping Francois to be able to do the whole thing in my, at home with unassisted, you know.
Right.
This leg I had no help building. Or aligning, you know. Aligning is an important thing, and so if I'm building a running leg, I'll take that to Francois and be like, we've got to align this together. So we do that. But
yeah, the alignment it's really weird. You don't notice it when it's right, you notice it when it's wrong.
Yeah, and so this bicycle leg, it's aligned perfectly for riding a bicycle, but when I walk, it looks way off. It's like, wow, he made a crooked leg, but it's aligned for cycling, not.
Okay. And how is that? Just more toe in, or how is that?
Yeah, more toe in, and
yeah.
well, I just sat on the bike to align it. Like I got the component and drew a Sharpie and drew an outline of where the component should be while I was sitting on the bike doing this, you know, with it. Then you do what's called a second lamination over the socket and secure those components
to the right angle. At that
yeah.
Right turn. Hey Roy, is that Richard? And who else is behind us?
One of my eyes in the back of my head. I have a short memory. You're talking to the wrong guy. Would you like that? We've got pause. Richard's back good. Bus up! Richard's with me. That just woke up the neighborhood.
Well, I want to get his attention, you know.
Okay, guys, that means race. Let's go.
Better safe than sorry. I'm sorry if I blasted your eardrum out.
No, I just didn't expect it.
Okay.
And thank you for being a gentleman. There's a few of us left in this world, and I struggle every day.
We all struggle. It's something. I do too.
Well, I say if God's struggling, right? And struggle with him. I'm sure he didn't struggle as much as me, but. Wife, and how many children? 2? 4. 4, right? So you got 2 daughters, right?
3 daughters.
Okay,
1 boy.
You're the older one. Something like there's got to at least be 2. There's an older one.
Yeah. Get a good night's sleep? Not really.
The air conditioning unit kept on. It was right next to the head of the bed.
Oh,
All
yeah.
night long.
Oh my God. Yeah. On and off? Or just on the whole time?
It seemed like it was going to be on all night, so I must have dozed off.
Yeah.
Then I woke up to take a pee. It was back off, and I went back to bed at dawn. So
Oh.
it was okay.
Yeah. Well, I tried to dry out my clothes and they just stayed wet. It was humid.
Yeah.
I mean, I washed them in the sink and then they wouldn't dry out. So.
Could have used a hair dryer.
Oh, you're right. I should have done that, but I had to sit there and wear out my wrists and lose sleep doing that. So I'm fine. It'll air out in the bag. I'll hang it out when I get to San Diego. A little longer.
I'm gonna hang and for Shell and Michael just to be sure. Okay.
All right.
Well, Richard's back there,
I know, but
and Roy.
no, Roy's ahead of you.
Oh, okay. Well,
So
okay.
it's just Richard and.
Well, yeah, I could.
Like that electric bike. Yeah, I'm gonna get on the other side of you. Right on the left.
Okay, Aaron's coming up on the left. Aaron,
Oh.
watch out for Aaron. He's coming up.
It's okay. I'm about y'all's pace.
Got it, brother?
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead. Watching out, clear your
Just
mouth.
don't want to
Come on, buddy.
trip anybody up with the pole.
No, we're good. Got it.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you.
Car back. Car back. Car back. Back. Is my shell all right?
Mom's checking on her.
Okay.
Let's roll.
All right, rolling.
surfboard on a bicycle, or an e-bike. He's gonna surf all day. Maybe. He's getting an early start. Single file, okay. I'm gonna get on these white lines. On these white lines behind you. Another surfboard on an e-bike. Cool. Bob! Oh, more surfers on e-bikes. Surfboard on the e-bike, y'all. Surfboard on the e-bike. Oh, that's the way to do it. Oh, we've got more of them. I might make a video about surfboards on e-bikes. Just devoted to the surfers, the e-biking surfers of California. Cool. Two surfboards on this e-bike. A new record. Oh, their dog. The dog likes to attack cyclists. No, dog, no. Climbing a little bluff here. You got the ocean out there. We're going to get a lot of better views of the ocean between here and San Diego.
All good? All good.
Y'all got it covered. All right. Yeah. Dirt on the cliff is made of dirt. It will erode into the sea one day. Cyclist with a surfboard. Those e-bikes look like a lot of fun. Not much exercise, but a lot of fun. I didn't even know that was a thing. Mounting e-board, surfboards to e-bikes. But it is clearly a thing. It's taken off, people doing that. Which makes sense because surfing's about freedom. What better way to be free on a surfboard than to ride your e-bike carrying your surfboard to the beach? Hey, that may be an idea for Drew up here. Of course he's probably already had the idea, but you can mount a surfboard to a trike like he's riding. Go surf. But he's more into skiing in the snow. So it actually may not be the best idea because he doesn't live by a beach. But still a good idea for when you are at the beach. Cyclist died there. What's the blue mean? I know the white bike is in honor of a cyclist who died, but what's the blue bike mean? Injury?
I'm not sure about the blue.
Okay, maybe it's...
It's the first time I've seen the blue one.
Okay.
Somebody knows.
Yeah, so does Google. You ever gone surfing, Drew?
Oh, no. Well, yeah, last year.
Okay.
They had this,
You're so far up north.
so, yeah, they have a surf clinic up here.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Okay.
But it's kind of like lay down, like, more like boogie boards.
Yeah, well, I was just curious because all these cyclists have surfboards on their e-bikes.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And if you live by the beach, I could see you with one of those on your trike having a, or hand cycle with a surfboard. Yeah.
Big ass tires for that bike.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if they make those, or they probably do, but they're probably not as readily available as the...
Probably gotta go specialty.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like work. God, I'm not an effort guy. I'm easy.
What seems like we're going up this hill, or is the idea of surfing with a e-bike or a hand cycle on the, long hill, not too steep. Yeah. All right. On the right is a nuclear plant. It's a rundown nuclear plant that looks like two boobs with nipples on top. It's a titty plant now. That's all it's good for, which those guys who built the nuclear reactor, they were titty men. I can definitely relate. Give you all a good look at this nuclear reactor. Decommissioned nuclear reactor, what this is. Somewhere between Dana Point and San Diego on the California coast. Well, now we got a fence. We can't really see it. I'll give you all a look at it if we can see it around this fence. The fence ends, stops. A lot of wires coming out of here. I guess the nuclear power is used to create a lot of electricity. Yes.
Nice.
And participating in the running clinic.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, brought a running leg.
It's a great weekend. Are you doing the dinner tonight?
The dinner tonight?
I think there's a dinner tonight.
Tell me about that, because
I don't know.
I could.
Check the app.
Yeah, okay.
Where are you staying? At the Bahia?
Yes.
Okay. We'll give you the whole itinerary, but the itinerary should be on the same app as the MDC.
All right. Yeah, it is. It pops up for each individual day. So.
Also, too, you can go back onto menus.
Oh, other days? Okay.
Ahead, behind.
Yeah, okay. Hadn't done that yet.
Fun weekend.
That's what I hear.
I don't know if I'm going to do the dinner tonight because Padres have game 3.
Yeah.
Got a rig for
Well, Rick said bring one nice pair of clothes, and I would have worn those last night if I knew how nice everyone was dressed, but I'm guessing that what I asked him, I said, is this the event for the nice clothes? He's like, no, it's a different one. So maybe tonight.
Everybody wears nice clothes, casual clothes.
Yeah.
It's all about the people, not what you wear.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
We're a community, we're family.
Yeah.
You always have that one person that shows up at Thanksgiving that just finished working on their car.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the way it is.
Yeah, I believe you. I agree.
Get up this little incline, then we got flats, and then downhill.
Okay.
Then we're going to get on base.
All right.
A little bit more on.
All right. Well, we got to get that 2,000 feet of climbing in somewhere. I'd rather gradual long hill than
Well, there's one hill.
short chopping.
Torrey Pines is the hill.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll handle it. catch up with them. I can navigate. I've got.
No, I got you.
All right.
And left behind.
All right.
You're right there.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Sure. Try it out. That usually doesn't work for me because the drafter can't see where I am and they just take off. So. Yeah. military helicopter right there. Maybe we can get a better close-up look at it. Nah, it's not really, it's coming that way and not this way. So, pretty cool helicopter though. Twin props, rotors. Right up there, going down the highway or along the coast. Yep.
See the Osprey come in to land?
Yeah, I didn't see it land. It's still up there, right? Did one land?
It came a touchdown, drops
Okay.
the people off.
Okay.
We've got a landing zone over here to the right.
Oh, okay. Huh.
You never know, we might see some activity.
Yeah.
Some kids playing with tanks and stuff.
Yeah. Looks like it's coming back, maybe.
Oh, it looks like he's circling. Maybe he's practicing his landing.
Yeah.
Actually, we may be able to see it.
Okay.
The pad is right around here.
All right. Here it comes again. Yeah.
There's a little inlet over this hill.
All right.
You'll be able to see it.
Okay.
That is cool.
Yeah. Osprey. Probably with the Navy or the Marines or some branch of the military. Practicing, doing drills. Morning. Yeah.
There it is.
Yep. Bunch of guys down by the base of it. Well, no, those are the tires. Bicycle highway right here. Morning. 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 Okay.
So what's your middle name?
Theodore.
So we got Aaron Theodore Smith.
Theodore and Churchill.
A lot of you Smiths around this parts.
Yeah. Dixon Smith, Tom Smith, Aaron Smith, and your first name?
Roy.
Roy Smith, right?
No.
No? Okay, I didn't look
Holden.
at Roy Holden. Alright. Sorry, I didn't look at the back of your bicycle to see that. Roy
We're
Holden.
going to come up over this hill. It's going to swing down, and we're going to go left through the tunnel.
Okay.
Just watch out for the soft sand.
Alright.
Then we're going to veer to the right.
Okay.
I'll go a little bit ahead, then you can follow.
Alright.
I got to stay behind.
Sounds good.
Oh, is that Claus?
No, it's somebody else.
Only Cause would say no, it's somebody else. Hey.
Morning, Aaron.
Good morning.
That's right, that osprey that was doing our practice land.
I loved it. I tried to get as much footage of it as I
Nice.
could.
Good for you.
Yeah.
So that's osprey is not. So you've seen nature osprey.
Yeah, yeah.
Now you see mechanical osprey.
Yes. Inspired by nature.
That's right.
Yeah. Double, I guess you call them props? Oh, propellers, yeah.
Propellers and props of sort.
I guess whatever you call I guess you call a helicopter propeller. It's a propeller. Prop. That's really nice. Very, very nice. Very emotional event. I was crying a little bit. I tried and hold back tears really. A few points, you know. Shows people what's possible. Yeah. All right. Bit of a headwind today.
That's right.
It's not too bad. A little bit. Sorry about that. I didn't realize I'd blast your eardrums out. Oh my God. Oh, that was the wrong place to do that. Wrong place. I should have yodeled right there, not blow the air horn. Should have yodeled. Should have yodeled. Should have yodeled instead of honking. Sorry I didn't yodel. I should have yodeled instead of honking the horn.
Make sure it wasn't sleeping. You don't want me to be afraid in the dark of the boogeyman?
I was trying to scare away the boogeyman.
Thank you. You did a damn good job.
I hope I didn't hurt your eardrums. I'm sorry.
You gotta remember, I'm getting older. I spoil myself easily.
I'm sorry about that. I should have, like I said,
I'm
should have.
sure Cause had a part in that too.
Should have yodeled.
No, he did it on his own. Oh, he did his own. Well, thank you for the wake up. I don't need any more espresso.
Yeah, cold water and an air horn will wake you up in the morning. Cold air.
Just get your attention.
Yeah, that's what it's for. Getting attentions. Usually dog it. Well, I sent him a message because I asked him to get a horn because I couldn't bring one on the plane. They don't allow it 'cause, you know, compressed gas could explode.
Yeah.
I actually had one explode on my dash on a hot day and it cracked my windshield. I was at the dog park and I put it on the dash and it heated up and just exploded. I came to my car and the thing was in pieces and there's cracks all over my windshield. So they're no joke. Never had it happen on a hot day though. Some days it'll be 110 degrees when I'm riding around with it. I guess the air.
Yeah, I've been up there when it gets hot.
Yeah.
Humidity gets up, the heat gets up.
Yeah.
It's amazing though, the Yeti still performs in the car. You still keep ice in the glass.
Well, no, my eyes, like this thing, is that what you're talking about?
No, the
A Yeti.
cups
Oh yeah, they're
with the
well
liners.
insulated. Yeah, they're well insulated.
Yeah, because they got that like vacuum pack clear.
Yeah.
One time we went this summer across the Red River over to Oklahoma to go play golf.
Yeah, the Windstar Casino. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So you know, like, so you stayed with your friends in Valley View, though, right? Valley View.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
I like Valley View.
Yeah. When
I bought a ranch there.
All right.
Wish you would have.
Yeah, me too. Terry Bradshaw is selling his ranch in Thackerville, Oklahoma, right by the Windstar. He just bought a place in St. Joe, down to the west a little bit.
Who's the one dude? Caught him running around along the highway naked.
Randy Travis.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's getting all woozy, all whacked out in drugs and alcohol.
I guess he's had a stroke since then.
Yeah, he's had a rough ride.
Yeah. His wife came up to me because her brother his knee was messed up, and she wanted me to talk to her brother about the possibility of him losing his leg.
Okay.
And so I did. I talked to him.
All cause we got rough pavement on the left. You're clear. Come on, we got a little sag here.
Yeah, right up ahead.
They don't have the sag this year? They should. They're here or Oceanside.
Well, they're not here. They're not at
Then we get to watch Vice Admiral.
I love this grass.
Fix it.
This grass is cool. It's desert grass.
It's a little different than North Texas.
Yeah, it's all different. This is just
Different geography.
different geography. Exciting to me.
Actually, it's kind of fun if you get a chance. I went to school in Tucson, Arizona.
Yeah.
My mother lived in Calgary, Canada.
Okay.
So I used to go back and forth up Highway 15. You could just see all the changes driving your car. Really cool.
Yeah, has geographical changes. Well, there's just a big desert between here and El Paso. It seems like. Well, maybe I'll get some M&Ms at
Slow
this
down. We
side.
got a
All right.
gate here and everybody stop.
Yeah, okay. What are y'all gonna use the restroom or? I don't need the restroom. But
Oh, you got M&M's with nuts?
yeah, whole trail mix. Hey, Cause, she made it. She's got the magic touch. She made it. If you'd like the
magic touch, I like that.
What's that? Mixed them up.
Yeah.
I know people. Would you like some?
You know.
You twisted his arm.
Oh, actually.
You ready to roll, Eric?
Yep, ready to rock and roll.
Good job, Eric.
No. Well, yeah. Sorry, I didn't.
That's 3 points.
I tried.
I'll see the salt tablet short the other day.
Mitch, you want to roll?
Well, I haven't tried them yet. I've just
Okay.
used table salt. I measured out in a little baggie, so just the amount, so I get the right concentration. That's what I'm still using. But I will use those salt tablets because, you know, I train all the every week. You know, I will use. They're still in here.
Okay.
I'm waiting for an emergency situation to use those salts.
30 miles to go. I
Exactly.
think
So
you're fine
it's going to
this time.
happen in training
Save it
later
for-
on. Okay. All right, I'm going to head out.
Miles to the next sag.
All right. You too. You too. Doo-doo-doo. All right. Going up this little hill. Doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo.
But I seriously wonder how many people are going to recognize Dixon.
I mean, nobody's gonna recognize it. They're gonna see his military ID. Did you give him a fake name?
righteous.
All right.
Got 2 more cars, let them in.
All right. We're in some kind of military facility. I'm gonna slow down and let the guy behind me. He's a military admiral. He will say the right words to get us in.
Come on through. You're good.
All right, all right.
Looking good.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. He's showing his military ID back there. I'll turn around so y'all can see that. This cyclist in the front here is Dixon, the leader. He's a warship captain.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Oh my goodness, look at these tanks. Man, you gotta be careful. He's got guns on the tank. They're ready for war. Lucky they're on our side. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah.
There's nothing more American than that.
Got everybody packed up again?
I don't know.
So where's Roy?
Oh, he's back there.
Okay, we're supposed to stay single file here. Single file! And when we get to the main gate, we're going to stop and regroup because going through the Oceanside intersection with I-5 is a madhouse.
All right.
Sir, yes, sir!
Those cactus. Wow, big ones. Big prickly pears.
going?
All right, how are you?
Good. Where's Jeff?
Hey, Jeff.
Why'd you use this sit? Is it because you're last?
3 purposes for me. First and foremost, the reason I started is so I don't fall over when I slow down. I got a gate hinge knee, so I can't put the foot down. So I put the trekking pole down with the right hand, and I'm able to stay upright. Secondly, when I'm climbing, well, secondly, it was to fight off dogs, which I don't have to deal with here, but where I train, there's a lot of dogs that attack me, and I fight them off. And then third, for climbing hills. Health gives me thrust as I climb hills.
Do you have much thrust in your right leg?
Not a lot, so I augment the thrust in my left leg because that knee joint, after a really long ride, it starts to hurt. But when I use this trekking pole, it relieves that knee enough to where it doesn't get sore.
And it says, is that a CAF donated one, or did you make that?
Well, I use CAF funds to make it myself. Well, I guess, I mean, I did make it in my garage.
You did? Is that what kind of business you do?
No, I'm not a licensed leg builder. I just know how. If I was licensed, I could make money doing it. Because people always like my prosthetic legs and want ones just like it.
Really?
I can't build them for them because I'm not licensed to do it.
What kind of work do you do?
I do welded artwork and I raise cattle.
And how'd you get involved with CAF?
Well, I lost my leg and then I wanted to run. And I did have a prosthetist who was helping me, but he was using old running blades that kept breaking, and he was like, look, I can't help you anymore. But you could apply for CAF for a grant to get a running blade. You could try it out. And I was like, no, that's for kids. It's not, I'm an adult, they won't help me. And he's like, you just apply and let them make that decision. You don't make that decision yourself. And I said, okay. And so I applied and got help. And made it to Paralympic trials and broke some records, like the American record in the quarter mile in my classification.
Really?
Yep. No, running. Yeah. So I.
Well, which Paralympics was that?
Well, U.S. Paralympic trials was in 2016. That's, you know, like the Olympics for people with disabilities, and they have different classifications based on what your disability is. And so for above knee amputees, you know, that's different than below knee amputees. Unfortunately, you know, I was so fast enough in the quarter, they could have let me run with the below knee amputees, but for some reason they wouldn't let me at Paralympic trials. But just based on what my times were, I would have gotten 6th place against the below knee amputees. But they, anyway, that's Paralympic sports is real limited. You know, I ran track in college as an able-bodied athlete.
What was your events?
The decathlon. But then it got to where there was only the 100-meter dash to run in track. So. And about that time, I figured out I could ride a bike.
You know, it was back ordered for 6 months.
I really enjoyed riding the bike. All right.
Nice talking to you.
You too.
I live in Corvallis, Oregon. Yeah.
What's training like?
They have good bike lanes, but there's not a lot of areas that don't have street lights. And I hate street lights. Get in the bike lane!
Pendleton.
Perfect timing. Yep, I'm heading back. I said my goodbyes. Love you, Lotta. Take good care. Ryan said the same, so people telling me that I gotta do it.
You got a guest bedroom anytime you want.
Love it.
Pull?
Would you like to get a little break from the wind up here?
Sure.
Is your wind in
Turn off the wind. Turn off the wind. Oh yeah, the wind's a lot worse in Texas.
Is it?
Yeah, a lot worse. Where I live, there's a wind corridor and a bunch of windmills. So, yeah.
It's not just cool and breezy.
Yeah, it's hot, humid, and windy there. You say it's probably not safe?
What's that?
I was trying to race for the headlight. I thought you said that's probably not safe.
No, I said we're almost off the base.
Okay. So we're on Camp Pendleton military base?
Yeah,
Okay, all this is just a city within a base.
pretty much so.
All right,
All military bases, the big ones are like this.
okay,
Everything that you need will stay on the base.
all right. Right or left?
Right ahead.
That one? Okay, okay.
Do the green light.
Okay. Okay.
How has this been for you?
Great.
Yeah.
Great. I've been enjoying it. Yeah, a lot. So,
We got to get you out to San Diego more often. I live here. He lives. There's a lot of guys here.
Yeah.
I'd say half the riders are from San Diego.
Yeah, it's great. I just, you know, I got a wife and 4 kids at home, so I left them for 6 days and got 4 dogs, and I'm just,
Busy man.
yeah, I feel bad about leaving them to feed the dog. I always feed the dogs, you know, so, but I wish I could have brought some of them out here, but they have school and lives, you know, and we just, look, I'm fortunate I was able to do this. Soaking it up and loving it, and I'll get back.
With the stick going up the hills and everything.
Yeah, you know, I didn't even discover that I could use it for hill. That's not originally why I started using the stick. Originally, I started using it just so, for balance, so I wouldn't fall over, because I kept falling over. But I got in this race called the El Chupacabra 200, and I was at about mile 150 in the dark, going up this real steep hill at night, gravel, and I realized I'm not going to be able to finish this race if I don't figure something out. And I just started using this, and I was like, you know, and then from then on I realized it just really saved my one good knee, you know, because you work it so hard going up those hills, and adding that thrust, I could just go forever. So
You got lots of muscles in that body.
I get cramps in the arm when I get cramps in the leg, so I can grab a little trail mix maybe.
Are we leaving? Yeah, come on, go. Come on, we're going. We're going? Yeah.
Can I get some, you give me some M&Ms, the ones with nuts in it. Thank you, perfect. Oh, I love those M&Ms.
Aaron, you ready to go?
Yep, are you?
Get on it.
All right.
Take off, go across the bridge, make a left at the bridge.
Okay.
I'll be right behind you.
All right.
In about an hour.
All right.
Have breakfast.
All right.
Tom and I have breakfast. I'll order at the Waffle House.
Good. All right.
guys enjoy.
Thank you.
Yeah.